Simula pagkabata na ako hangtod karon, nanagyo na kasi natin naging mga bagyo.
Kami nagwo-worry kasi baka aabot dito ang alon.
Katong audit, mao gito'y kuan kaay nga bagyo. Kusog-kusog nga bagyo nga niabot sa amo kay gani diri sa akong kilid sa akong balay niabot gito siya nga kuan nga tubig.
Yung ibang kapitbahay namin doon sa ibang purok, lalong-lalo na sa purok 1, inaano namin yun sila, pinapalikas doon sa Masaw Elementary School para ma-safety sila.
Ang usual talaga namin na climate is wet season kami buong taon. Yun din po yung na-experience namin kasi nga po na-influensyahan kami ng geographical location namin at saka ng topography.
Yung Butuan na pinaka-lowest point na kung saan baba talaga kasi yung sobra tubig galing ng Davao, umaagos naman sa Agusan, Mars, padiretso naman dito sa may Butuan side. So baba talaga yun.
For Butuan, we have at least 21 flood-prone barangays out of 86 barangays. And mostly, if it's caused by a river flooding, yung mga portions na nasa riverside, yun yung mga barangays na affected natin.
Based din sa data natin, kung when it comes to tropical cyclone o sa bagyo, meron kaming naobserbahan, may studies kami sa Pag-asa na medyo dumami yung nabuo na mga bagyo sa southern portion sa Philippines.
Nature-based solutions are really actions or measures that are used to be able to address societal challenges. And this can include the use of natural processes.
Yung na-inform, na-aware, na-educate yung mga tao, pati na yung mga bata, na pag pumutol ka ngayon, ng mangrove ngayon, ng buffer zone, mismo yung bata, sasabihin sa'yo, huwag, buffer zone namin yan, protection namin yan. Yung harap ng Butuan Bay, tinamnan mo ng mangroves, hihina yung current na darating sa barangay.
Yung pag-preserve talaga ng mga trees, yung mga nandiyan na nga mga punong kahoy.
Nag-create naman po sila og way na sige sila tree planting about dyan sa watershed area na mo.
Yung Adapt Forest Program is a tree growing program na hindi na siya tree planting activity. Hindi na tayo nagtatanim, babalikan hanggang yun ay magsusurvive na.
Kung alam namin kung ano ang natural strengths or the environment na we have, we could responsibly or more specifically provide complementary projects or programs.
One of the things that we do, i-incorporate talaga yung environmental lens doon sa mga plano namin.
Improving the mangrove areas, planting more of these mangrove trees, planting more trees in the mountains. I think that would be more sustainable.
So by using nature and the power of nature in those solutions, we're able to harness that and also have other co-benefits in addressing, for example, poverty eradication or giving benefits to the communities. Kasi these communities are being surrounded by our environment, by nature in itself.
Sa ngayon kasi, when we talk of urban areas, no,
ang representation ng urban areas ay puro concretes, no? And nakita natin na because of this perception ba ng development, no? Marami tayong problema. Nandyan yung number one talaga problema natin yung flooding. No? Maraming mga development na nangyayari na hindi talaga enough yung mga channel to accommodate yung napakaraming volume ng water na bumababa sa ngayon, yung mga panahon ngayon. So problema talaga yon. Ang pinaka the best talaga, no, when you plan for the develop ng isang urban area, talagang dapat sundin mo kung ano yung natural niya, no? Natural na configuration, no? Yung mga channel ng tubig, hindi mo talaga dapat isaalang-alang. Wherein yung mga rivers, i-allow talaga natin yung mga rivers to perform yung function nila as water channel talaga, especially during rainy season. Maintain it, i-retain mo yun. So tinatawag natin nature-based solution.
One of those considerations when we look at approving projects or considering projects for implementation is what we call economic viability. So yun, so meaning it has to have a positive NPV, meaning the net positive impact to the welfare of the country.
We cannot avoid also yung mga development, yung mga national development, infrastructure dyan, no? Roads and other bridges, no? So hindi natin pwedeng hindi gawin yan, no? Kasi this is also good for the interest of many.
Dati kasi yung ginagawa namin is more on opening, hindi namin na-consider yung nature-based solutions. So yun talaga nangyari, yung pag kailangan ka may development, kaakibat talaga yung sa infrastructure na masagi. So sa ngayon, sa late na ngayon, yung ginawa ni Secretary Singson, naglagay siya ng mga department order through PI 10 na kung saan pwede kami gagamit ng mga coconut, item 612. So doon ma-incorporate o madagdag yung nature kagaya ng mga coconut. Nagdadag siya ng protection sa mga kalsada natin.
Cost benefit palagi na yung economic viability. So at some point, if you aggregate all these costs and benefits, we could come up that nature-based solutions is more cost-effective because these are more sustainable solutions than your traditional solutions.
You can tame the wildest animal in the planet, but you cannot tame nature. The nature-based solution is the more effective and appropriate and economical, no? In the long run, no, it's still economical because nandyan yung resources, sustainable yung resources na pwede mong continuously utilize. You don't have to mine, you don't have to buy, no, or to put up yung structures.
So nature-based solutions is an umbrella of actions that includes a gamut of solutions that work with nature. And since you're working with nature, it's not just one sector that you're touching base. So it's not just the community. You really have to also work with other sectors or even other stakeholders. And for us in WWF, we have always espoused working in a approach that is what they call multi-stakeholder, or even what government will say is whole of society approach, so that it's more inclusive, it's also more transparent. It's really also getting inputs from the various stakeholders, because that in an essence also enables the stakeholders to learn from each other, also to be able to come up with inclusive solutions that can be actions that are benefiting everyone. By including nature-based solutions in our way of thinking when we design projects, when we undertake decisions that have an impact on the community, I think in the long run, nature can be able to help us also have a sustainable future for everyone.